All right, Wes. So we're going to get into what's not. So the quick caveat for this is when we are saying what's not, we are talking about systems that are on a downward trend in popularity. This does not mean that all of their prices are down for every single game, though most titles could be impacted. So the popularity of the system is going down. That's all. We're going to start with the beloved NES. It's true, Wes. It's true. Look
Hmm.
at the prices on your Game Eye, sir. They're down across the board. There may be some standouts here and there, but they are certainly down from the pandemic.
They're way down.
It's disheartening. It really is.
It, it's a shame because the Nintendo is kind of what kickstarted this whole video game revolution again, and it's just it's. I think it's losing its steam.
They're nowhere near the level of like disinterest that Atari 2600 receives,
Hmm.
but I it's hard for me to name a system that's comparable to that. I think this is not it's not at that level at all.
No,
But out of like the major consoles that are available to people, this is probably on certainly on the lower side. Maybe right like not behind Atari. I guess it would be right in front of Atari. I can't think of a system that's lower than this. Other than like Atari 2600 or like any Atari console that's not like the Jaguar or something like that.
oh, I can, which we'll talk about later.
Well, let's hop into the titles then. Go ahead, give me your first one.
So I picked Dr. Mario for the NES.
Classic
Uh,
puzzle game.
it is classic puzzle, a variation of the Tetris theme with Mario in it, and you're looking at like loose. It's $8. Complete in box is 26. Eh, But if you could find a sealed copy of Dr. Mario, you're gonna wind up forking out $433.
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
The,
I'll
the
say
sh- the shocking thing to me out of what you just said is that the complete in box is only 26. Like that's crazy to me.
$26, and the complete in box peaked in November 2021 at $45.
That's nothing, man. And it's probably that game probably sold millions of copies.
It did because it had Mario on it.
Right, but even then, how many people save the box, man? Like, I can't believe that complete in box is only going for 20. I'm about to go buy one just because it's so cheap. Like, dude, I'll buy a complete in box one for $26. Are you kidding me? Man,
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a fun game. It was a very fun game. Fun puzzle game. I don't know. Like it just like you said, it just breaks my heart because Nintendo was such a beloved system, and it's just I don't know. I don't want to say the love isn't there anymore, but it's waning.
all right, so mine, I picked another relevant title here, relevant to the time. So just so you guys know, we're recording this on November 20th. There's a little boxing match that happened a few days ago between the one and only Mike Tyson and some other scrub. Uh, that whole fight was a joke. But anyway, uh, we're talking about Mike
Agreed.
Tyson, and this is Mike Tyson's Punch Out for NES. A loose copy, $39, complete in box, 186, and a sealed one, 745. Now, this is a big discrepancy here. Its peak for sealed, I'm sorry, complete in box. Its peak for
Mhm.
complete in box, September of 2022, and it was $402. That's over a 50% loss in value.
Mhm.
Now, will it go up because of the fight? Probably not. That fight probably did nothing to help him whatsoever get this game
Absolutely not.
um, but yeah, I mean, this is a classic game. Punch Out, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, whatever version you want to talk about. I mean, we're specifically talking about the Tyson version. Um, Man, to lose half its value is
That's crazy.
wild.
But what since you said it, I'm curious to look up prices on just the regular Punch Out, the non Mike Tyson version.
The Tyson one has always been more, I think. I'm very
Mhm.
confident in saying that uh, because people want him as the final boss, right? Mike Tyson's in the game, and he's
Mhm.
just they've replaced him with some other rando in the other version. But I don't know. I don't know the price is pulled up. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Tyson's game is worth more.
Yeah. that I came
Here, I'll
across.
look it up right now. 1625 loose, so that's cheaper. Complete in
Hmm.
box 5117, so that's
Okay.
cheaper.
Okay.
357 for a sealed one, so that's cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
So
wants the
just
Tyson version.
everybody wants a Tyson version.
Yep, there it is. The next system is more near and dear to your heart, so you take it away, sir.
Uh Everybody knows I'm a Sega boy, Sega fanboy. But the Sega Master System, pre Genesis,
8-bit.
8-bit. It tried to compete with Nintendo. Didn't quite make it, but I loved it. I love my Master System. I That was the first one I bought over the Nintendo, just because it was Sega. Um, but that for it doesn't get the love. It doesn't get the love. It never did.
I have no nostalgia for it because I didn't have it growing up, but I have the means of playing the Master System
Mhm,
games now.
mhm,
I need to understand more about the library personally. So I need to
mhm.
like watch some YouTube videos or like learn some history about what games are good, and then I can dive into it. But tell me, what did you pick, or if you want to say anything else about the Master System?
I picked Outrun, which is probably one of their most popular games.
Dope game.
I love Outrun. But for the Master System, loose it was $14.
Hmm.
Complete in box, it's $22, and sealed you're looking at $86. So still, even sealed, it's a sub $100 game. It peaked April 2022, complete in box at $30.
Can't beat it, man.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Show that Master System some love.
That's right. A great way to play some of Sega's old games, if you guys have a Switch, specifically Switch. I don't know why these are only on Switch, but they at least I'm pretty sure they're only on Switch. The Sega has like they're called like Sega. Oh my god, I'm gonna forget the name.
What Sega ages?
Yes, thank you, Wes. Thank you for saving
Mhm.
me. The Sega Ages games are awesome. They're awesome versions of games to play. They did a like highly good job with ports. So if you see whatever Sega Ages and you're interested in that game, buy that version. It's a great version to buy. Outruns on there.
Oh, is it?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I bought it for $3. Probably the best $3 I've ever spent in my life, Wes.
Which version?
I think it's the arcade version. I'm pretty
Ooh.
sure. My Master System pick was a little shmup, or cute 'em up, as you might say for certain people. Fantasy Zone 2. A loose copy is $30, complete in box is $45, and a sealed copy will run you 105. It peaked in December. The complete in box peaked in December of 2015. Wes, you know the system's on the decline if it didn't get hit during
uh,
the pandemic. Uh, and its complete box peak was $80 and is at 45 today. So it's halved almost. No one cares
mm.
about the Master System. I'm just being
They
honest.
don't. They don't. They don't. And yeah, I'm probably like one of a handful of people that still cares about it, but it's okay. It's all good. But the next one is no one cares about.
I mean, I think they do today, specifically because of a lot of their prices. But it was an awesome console back in the day, but no one had it. I don't know a single person who owned one of these.
And we're talking about the TurboGrafx 16.
Yes, we are. Awesome system, a lot of cool games for it. I
Definitely.
own the TurboGrafx Mini,
Hmm.
which you can see right there. So that's a great way to buy some games. Even those have gone up in value. Those are like $200 now.
I can't
Um,
find one. I missed it when they went on sale, and to this day I cannot find one, and I
I
want one.
I think they were sold exclusively through Amazon,
Yep.
and you had to have pre-ordered them.
Hmm.
Basically, you can get reseller they resold them after that, but if you didn't hit their pre-order, like I think you didn't have to do it like immediately. Like it wasn't that day, West. But if you got in that week, you were okay. You know, so you had like a small window to do it. And I think that's probably why the price is going up on them.
Yeah, I mean, I still have my TurboGrafx, and I have the CD attachment, but
Nice.
I really wanted the Mini, but no, the TurboGrafx got like no love. To this day, it gets no love. I mean, there's a handful of enthusiasts out there for the TurboGrafx, but one of their most Their powerhouses, their most popular games was Splatterhouse.
Hmm. Awesome.
Splatterhouse loose is $87. Complete in box is 134. Sealed is going to run you over $1,000, $1,017. But it peaked February of 2024
It's not that
at
long ago.
not that long ago, at $194 for complete in box.
So you're looking about that's about a $50 drop. That's a fairly significant drop,
Mhm.
like especially percentage wise. That's you know quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah, about $60, $60.
Yeah.
But
So
like I said, and that's their most popular game, the Splatterhouse.
for sure.
And even that took a hit.
The one I picked, I'm less familiar with this system, so I don't have too much to say about the game. I picked Dragon's Curse. It's a game I've heard about before. From what I recollect, it was decent, but I don't know. The cover looked cool. I was like, this game seems fine. $86 will run you for a loose copy. 126 for a complete in box. Sealed is 252. Now the complete in box. This is an interesting one. Peaked in July of 2023 for $300. It's lost $175 in value, which is wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So again, this system's not. There was a window, probably like I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe 3 years
Mhm.
ago, where like people were really looking for TurboGrafx. Not a ton of people. Let me be very clear. Not a ton of people, but people
Mhm.
were really hunting for TurboGrafx, and I feel like even those people are like mostly gone now.
I'm wondering with the release of Analog's Duo system, that there's more interest in the TurboGrafx. So I wonder when we revisit this, 6 months to a year from now, if interest will change or if prices will change.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean that system came out somewhere between 6 to 9 months ago.
Hmm.
So nothing dramatic has happened yet, but we'll see what happens. That's another console. I mean, I did buy Analog's version. That is something I'm interested in getting, but it's much like the Master System. I don't know enough about the console to really know what's
Hmm.
good. And then when I went to SoCal Retro Gaming Expo, I was looking for TurboGrafx games, and
Hmm.
either the ones I wanted were too expensive, or for the most part, nobody had them. Like you would go to a vendor if they had like four or five, you'd be like, wow, they have
And
TurboGrafx games.
they all had probably Keith Courage,
Oh yeah, Keith Courage is at every one of them that had them.
Bonk,
Yes, yes,
and maybe one or two others.
exactly. That's exactly what it was. So yeah, something I definitely want to collect for. I just need to understand the system more because again, much like Master System, I don't know enough about it. All right, we're gonna end on something we both like, Wes. A little nostalgia for the two of us.
Yeah, man.
OG Xbox. This system is an interesting one because I feel you can correct me if you think it's wrong, especially because you've worked in a game store much longer than I
Mhm.
have. You know better than me. I don't feel like original Xbox came out. They were
Mhm.
$50 games. They went down. Now, what traditionally
Mhm.
happens is right after they go down in price, after about 20 years, people go back and they collect, and the prices go up. I feel like that's only happened with a handful of games on the system, and everything else has just stayed rock bottom. Like there's probably 10 titles in the system that have gone up in price that people are collecting, and like everything else is like $7,
Yeah.
650. Like, am I wrong? Was there ever a
No,
peak where like people went back and collected for Xbox?
outside of a few standouts, no. And I loved my Xbox. I love my to me it was like the sequel to the Dreamcast. Because Sega showed Xbox a lot of love.
This might be the best. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. This might be the best console to collect for if you just want like bang for your buck, like just
Hmm.
awesome games. Like there's so many great games on original Xbox that are dirt cheap. Dirt
Hmm.
cheap. So if you want to build a collection, I think Xbox is an amazing place to start. Now, I will give you one caveat: if you do that and you have an original Xbox that you're using, like original hardware, Make sure you get the clock fixed. The clock capacitor leaks, and if it hasn't been fixed in your console, that's something you need to fix, or it's going to become a problem. So with that caveat, it's a great system to collect for.
Yeah, it is. So, ugh, breaking my heart because it's like no love, no love. But uh, for the Xbox, I picked Brute Force. It was an okay game when it came out.
This game was so well marketed,
It was all over the place.
all over the place, man. Microsoft dumped tons of money into this. It was an
Mhm.
exclusive. I don't remember if they made it or
Mhm.
not, but the
Yep,
marketing was there. I was so hyped for this game, and it was just so mediocre.
it was. It was a run and gun multiplayer. It was a multiplayer run and gun game.
Yeah,
It looked really great. The graphics looked phenomenal.
yeah.
It had that shiny HD Xbox look. Um, but yeah, I mean, brute force like loose at $6. A complete in box instructions and everything is only it is only
Dude,
$10.
it probably cost them $5 just to print that instruction manual and the case. Like they, the plastic that's in there and the manual are probably worth more than $5
And
alone.
if you are fortunate enough to find a sealed copy, it's only going to set you back $30.
Oh my god,
But
30.
the sad thing is its peak is right now.
This is what we're talking about. Like that. Like granted, Brute Force might not be the best one to pick because it's not like a standout title. It is an exclusive Xbox game, and it's
Mhm.
pretty good. It's pretty good. It's fine.
It
You
was
know.
fun. It was okay.
So, but to Wes's point, like it's peak now, now
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, it just goes to show. It's like we're talking about consoles that aren't hot, and it shows in some of the pricing.
Yeah. Now my pick was a little bit. I picked this kind of on purpose. I picked out another exclusive title. Physically was only ever released there. You can get it digitally
Hmm.
now at other places. But the original Psychonauts came out exclusively for Xbox during this period of time. A loose copy today is $19. Complete in box is 36. So as far as Xbox games go, kind of on the pricier side. And a sealed copy is $85. Its peak was during the pandemic. $80, September of 2021. So that has been halved. 36 to 80, that's more than a
Hmm.
40 that's a $44 loss. But Psychonauts is an awesome game.
Psychonauts was great. That was a really good game. I remember when it first came out. It was like we were so excited. Just
Tim Schafer.
Tim Schafer. Yep. Now, did you play the second one?
I think I did buy it, but I
Okay.
never got around to playing it, unfortunately.
Okay.
Leading up to that, I went back to play Psychonauts because I never completed it back then. I was like, I'm going to
Hmm.
beat it. I probably got like 90% through the game, Wes, and I never finished it. I think I'm like right near the end, and I just never. Something else happened, and I just never beat it. I feel so bad because I was so determined to beat it at that point.
I hear you. I'm like that with a good chunk of my games. It's like I get so far, and then I'm like, then something else comes along, and I put it down to start something else, and never
Yeah.
really finish it. So it's okay.